Hey folks, Austin Manning here at Johnson RV, your home for premium pre-owned motorhomes. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new 2017 Jayco Melbourne. Let's go check it out. So here we are, brand new 2017 Jayco Melbourne. Now this is the 24K model. It's a really nice coach. Let's start talking about the exterior here. Your Melbourne is going to ride on the Mercedes Sprinter. So you're looking at a Mercedes built chassis, 3-liter V6 turbo diesel from Mercedes. Much better gas mileage than your traditional gas coach. I guess I shouldn't even call it gas mileage, diesel mileage. The point is you're going to keep a lot more in the tank when you're using the Mercedes diesel as opposed to your traditional gas chassis. Mercedes known to have a really nice sturdy ride as well, and a really nice tight turning radius. So if you're going to some of the smaller campsites, maybe older state parks, national parks, things like that, you tend to run into smaller fitting campsites. Something like this is going to be a little bit easier to get into the campsite easily. Your front area here, you've got integrated fiberglass running boards, which is going to make getting in and out of the cab a lot easier. Of course, we're talking about a Jayco Class C coach. One thing I can't go without mentioning is the seamless fiberglass front cap. This is the best cap on a Class C. It is completely seamless, so you don't have seams running down that front point where you traditionally get a lot of pressure building up and then peeling that seam and then getting moisture inside the coach, which is where you start getting dry rot issues. Fantastic build out on this. We've got one of our slide outs right here on the driver's side of the coach, and then we've got a couple smaller bins underneath that. So we've got our propane fill right here just past the driver up in the front here, and then we've got access to our dump site right here as well. We also have our exhaust for our generator on the driver's side of the coach here. Now moving to the back, we have our utility center. So we're going to have some of our hookups there. Of course, our outside shower. So if you're taking a trip to the coast or maybe take a hike and you come back to the coach, you're a little bit muddy or sandy or what have you. You don't want to bring that back into the coach with you. Having the outside shower makes it that much easier to keep the inside clean. Now, one thing that's really impressive with this model is this back storage area. So this is a full pass-through storage, and you get access from all three sides. So you've got access from the driver's side, from the rear, and from the passenger side. So if you load this up full, so you can really max out taking everything with you that you want on your trips there, and you got that thing just stuffed full, but you got something all the way in the middle here that traditionally you'd have to unpack everything to get to. Having the 3-point access, you can get to it really easy. I really like that. Now on the back here we have our second slide out, which will be part of our bedroom, which we'll check out once we go inside. Just below our slide back here we do have a hitch. We have a 7-point connection there. Your hitch on your Mercedes is rated about 5,000 pounds towing capacity, so you can bring a few extra goodies, a smaller tow car, something with you there that's hooked up and ready to go. We do have a nice larger size exterior storage bin right here as well. All of your storage bins are insulated as well, so those doors are insulated just like the rest of your coach. So if you're putting stuff in there, it is going to have some degree of insulation between it and the outside. Right here we can see our Cummins. This is a propane generator. It's a 3.6 kilowatt propane generator. So if you're doing a little bit of dry camping or boondocking, you're not plugged in at the campsite for power, you're going to be able to run the AC and things like that inside your coach. Right now we're standing underneath one of the best parts of this coach. We've got a really big, nice patio setup, power awning, and we have LED lighting built into that awning on the outside there. One thing that's nice with having the LED lighting built in on the outside of that awning is when you get your camp set up and you've got the porch going, with your lighting out there, it's going to do a much better job of lighting the whole patio area, so you can actually see what you're doing, not tripping all over yourself. Integrated power step which is going to make getting in and out of the coach once you get camped a little bit easier. And that just goes in and out. It's a power setting. When you get to the camp, you can turn that off and leave the step out, so you don't have to wait for it to come in and out every time. We do have our propane siphon right here as well, so if you're hooking up a grill or something like that, you've got a siphon point right there so you can plug in. Frameless windows on all your Melbournes, which is this right here. All the seals on a frameless window are inside, so those aren't as exposed to sunlight and then moisture, which leads to, on your traditional RV, that's a really common leak spot, because all those seals are on the outside. With the frameless windows, they're up on the inside. They're a little bit better protected. It's going to keep your coach a little bit drier. Let's take a look at the inside. So here we are inside the Melbourne. Now, of course, again, we're on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis, so the cab area here, we have 2 swivel seats up front. We have a nice touchscreen control monitor in the front there for doing all your interactions with the TV, with Bluetooth, and of course your monitor for the backup camera when you're maneuvering the coach around getting into the campsite. You have a USB hookup in the front there. Now, one thing that Jayco gives you on this one, we've got the swivel seats up front here, and you can see right on the floor there we have a little post system. That's for mounting a tabletop right there. So both these seats you can swivel around, bring into the rest of the living room, and you can use it as a nice little extra lounge space. So one thing they give you is the extra cushion for the seat, which is going to allow you to sit up higher, because your tabletop is going to rest right about here. So if you didn't have that, you'd be sitting like that with your table. Nobody wants to do that. So you get the little extra pad. Very simple thing, but very functional. Right above the cab area, traditionally in a Class C, you have an extra sleeper area. This one's more of a coach for just a few folks or a smaller family. So they went ahead and gave you a little bit more storage space up on the top here, which is nice. Just opens up the options for what you can bring with you. And it's a really deep area. It goes all the way to the front of the cab. From where I'm standing, I can't even reach the front of it there. So you've got nice open storage here, and then you've got the built-in entertainment center overhead right up top there. Now, just to my right, we have our booth dinette set up. With Jayco, all of your seating areas have belted passenger seats, and those are pretty sturdy. Those are actually bolted into steel framing. They're not just bolted into the wood on the dinette, so there's a little bit more safety factor there. Your dinette is going to convert for sleeping too, so you don't have the cab over area, but you still get your second sleep space here with the dinette. It's on a swivel lock system, so the base right there unlocks, and then the table just pushes down and back up and is locked into place. Your cushions, of course, are just going to fold in and complete that area, so you've got a nice size sleep space. We've got a galley kitchen just to the inside of the door here. Solid surface counters, flush mounted appliances. We've got a nice little backsplash behind us there, but of course when you're cooking, your surface raises and also becomes the backsplash for you. And then when you're not cooking, it becomes usable counter space. Our sink, we've got a cover there, so again, that's usable counter space. Also doubles as a good cutting board. And then the bowl itself is really nice and big. It's a little bit deeper bowl, so doing some dishes out there on the road is going to be that much easier. You do have a pull-out faucet for the sink too, which has a flow and a spray setting to it to make everything a little bit easier. You even get a little countertop extension right there that locks into place. So you've got just a little bit more prep space for you. Microwave convection up top. That was a nice size convection. It's not the traditional shoebox size, so if you're doing a little bit of baking out there on the road, you can actually functionally use that. Look at that, it's a pretty nice size. We've got a 2-door Norcold fridge freezer combo here. This is an automatic setting fridge, so you can set that to auto and it will pull from whichever power source is going to be most convenient. You don't have to worry about forgetting to switch it back over from propane or to electricity. It'll do its own thing. Makes it a little bit easier for you. Bathroom built in right here. Let you take a look at that. Pretty nice size. Easy to get around in. And then just past that, as we move down the hallway, we've got our sink for the bathroom right here. A little vanity mirror, which does also have a little bit of storage in it. Hide your toothbrushes and your toothpaste in there. And across from that, we've got our wardrobe area for hanging. You can see we've got our second seat cushion and our little tabletop and the post system for setting up that second lounge space up in the front there. Nice big open area. And then of course we move into the bedroom. So the bedroom, again, we have the rear slide out, which gives us, in a smaller coach, gives us all that usable space up in the front, and then gives us a nice walk around queen bed in the back here. We've got a little storage on the side there. Again, a second wardrobe area, so we've got hanging space here. And you do have power on both sides of the bed. So at night, if we need to plug in some phones, or we've got a CPAP machine, something that requires power back here in the bedroom, you've got access to that on both sides. You've even got a little bit of storage overhead as well. Kind of cool. You got little windows built in on both sides of the bed there. And of course everything has nice privacy shades too for at the end of the night when we want to close that off and be a little bit more private. We do have a slide door for the bedroom area here. So if you've got guests with you and you got somebody sleeping up there, you can have, you know, two separate spaces here, and everybody gets their own privacy. It's a beautiful coach, 2017 Jayco Melbourne. Call or come see us today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Austin Manning out here at Johnson RV. I hope you liked the video and hope you like the coach.